following a government walkout of Parliament on Tuesday, effectively halting opposition leader Mark Golding's budget presentation. Critics have opined. Some say Golding's comment about Juliet Holness serving as the Speaker of the House of Representatives while married to the Prime Minister presents a conflict, represents misogyny, and was inappropriate. Others say it merely represents a grave concern many Jamaicans have. Youth representatives from the JLP and PNP weigh in.
People's National Party is flip-flopping on its position, and they have been through quite a few party leaders and leadership changes. And so we're not sure if it's a belief of what the stance is. And if we're going to talk about good governance, then a big part of good governance is sticking to your word and speaking about what it is that you support, and when you support it, not using cheap political shots that can then be interpreted as being misogynistic by their party leader.
It's a stretch to say that it was misogyny. The party leader never attacked the gender of the speaker. He attacked her agenda. It's a biting comment that the opposition leader made. You can scrutinize it in that light, but to say that he was attacking her for her gender is really a stretch. In fact, had it been the reverse in gender roles, had it been a female prime minister and a male speaker, the same argument would have been valid.
The junior spokesman on finance, Cleveland Tomlinson, explains the PNP always had their reservations, but initially gave Mrs. Holness the benefit of the doubt.
We wanted to see if she would act in a way that is fair and balanced, and so far she has not. She has failed to table at least 2 reports submitted by the Auditor General in January. A Gleaner report came out in March that indicated that reports submitted by the Auditor General has not been tabled. In addition to that, she has refused to release the opinion on which she makes her decisions to send reports from the Integrity Commission to the Parliamentary Oversight Committee.
The question now is, will action be taken to replace the Speaker, who's only held the post for 6 months?
Viewers and subscribers, drop your honest thought and view in the comment section. Do you think Prime Minister Andrew Holness is compromised? Let me know in the comment section. Also, do you think Juliet Holness should step down on people? Remember, no viewers and subscribers, it was alleged Juliet Holness, the House Speaker, sit and report for months, my people. Don't you find that shaky? Let me say this to all Jamaican citizens. This is not about party or politics. This is about policy. Also, if we, the citizens of Jamaica, are going to talk about prosperity, integrity, what's going on right here, my people? We haven't seen no integrity right here. Viewers and subscribers, why Prime Minister Andrew Holness cannot reveal the 6th culprit, my people? Being a Prime Minister, you have so much responsibility. And more importantly, your job to ensure there's no MP, mayor, councillors are corrupt in your constituency. If so, get rid of them immediately. So my question to you going forward, Mr. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, what is it there to hide? If you're a man about prosperity, integrity, as you normally say, Mr. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, let the Jamaican citizens know who are the 6 culprits.
Focus remains on the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Juliet Holness, as the opposition People's National Party continues to call for the release of outstanding Auditor General reports. Were sent in a few months ago, but Parliament continues to send them back, arguing the special reports should instead first be sent to the related ministries.
Section 30 of the FAA Act refers to 2 specific things. One, it refers to public bodies, and secondly, it refers to audits of accounts. Now, in this particular case, the 2 entities, TAJ and the Financial Services Commission, don't fall into that category. And secondly, these are not audits of accounts. So we believe that the Speaker is using an interpretation of the Act in the wrong way, because neither of the 2 reports sent by the Auditor General would fall into this category.
And even if it did, as Robinson explains, there is no need for the reports to be sent to the minister, given the permanent secretary would be aware of the details before the Auditor General sends the report to Parliament.
The Auditor General should not, nor any of her reports, should be subject to any minister or anybody else having it before the Parliament gets it. There's a very deliberate reason the Constitution was framed this way, so that reports go straight to the Parliament. In essence, what you're trying to do is nullify the independence of the Auditor General. And I believe it is a very dangerous precedent that the former Speaker, now the current Speaker, has continued on. And I believe it may involve going to the courts for an adjudication on this matter.
The opposition member is also clarifying that the PNP is not concerned about the matter solely because the general election is brewing, but rather because the role of Parliament is being hampered by decisions he says the government is making unilaterally.
The role of the Parliament is to hold the executive accountable, right? So you do it in a number of ways. You have questions and answers to questions. You have reports which are done by the Integrity Commission and the Auditor General. They are tabled, they are brought to the Public Accounts Committee. We can ask people questions. Now, you can't do that in an environment when the reports are not tabled. So the level of accountability that the Parliament should be exercising over the executive is being nullified by the actions of the Speaker.
Why are we so hell-bent on always wanting to be the perceived victim?
Juliet, an independent woman, a self-made woman, who has achieved all that she has on her own effort.
Typical Jamaicans, always looking at things the wrong way. Mark Golding is not opposed to a woman being the House Speaker. He is having a problem with the fact that the Speaker of the House is the wife of the Prime Minister. So let us not turn this into a woman's empowerment issue. The last time I checked, Jamaica has the highest percentage of women managers globally. Her actions in recent times have shown a lack of impartiality.
And seeing that the opinion that they're relying on from the Attorney General, given to the Parliament, they won't share it with the public and with us to know whether or not the justifications are sound in law. I just feel it's a very bad situation that has happened under her watch, and I thought I should bring it to the public's attention that it is a matter of concern.
Also demonstrating that she may very well be compromised. So again, let us not turn this into a gender-based issue, but rather the possible conflict of interest. Nowhere in the world is the head of government and the head of parliament husband and wife. Nowhere but Jamaica. And if you don't suffer from short-term memory, bear in mind that the last House Speaker was a woman. What should be the bigger issue is that the government walked out during a budget debate unprecedented, meaning that it never happened yet. And because of that, the opposition leader could not finish his presentation. This is the business of the people. And yes, I understand that is your wife. And I suppose that you wanted to give that Will Smith effect. But using the government majority to basically silence Mark Golding on the House floor was stupid. And I am personally glad that it backfired. And it further reinforced the point that Mark was making, that there needs to be independence between the House Speaker and the government. And by virtue of them being spouse, there is none.